Leo, how are you? Let's see what the law of attraction allows us to see for you, what your guides want to tell you. Leo, focusing on something is everything. If you think about it, if you talk about it, you are inviting it into your life. So be careful with what we invite in. Be careful with what we are thinking because you have the power of the law of attraction activated. So we set an intention for this for a greater purpose. Because if we think about it, speak about it with a positive intention and with an intention that is very well channeled with this energy of intention and focusing on what we want to achieve, it is surely entering your lives. Let's see what the cards tell us. Leo, what do you have to know today? What could you be waiting for regarding what your destiny brings? Let's see what your guides want to tell us. What are you inviting into your life without realizing it? Or you do know it because perhaps you have the intention very clear and you are inviting in that which you are desiring. So work on that intention from a place of security. Let's see what the guides tell us then, Leo. Wow, you are inviting love into your life. I have no doubt, and money. Well, there you have an Ace of Cups. And money. How impressive. Well, let's see. You have an Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups card is telling us that this is the beginning of something emotional that fills you with happiness. It could also be that you are receiving some very good news. It could be that this news you received fills you with happiness. It could be that you are finalizing what could be a move. It could also be that it is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It could be that it is something initial. Something initial, something where you are just getting to know a person, and that person obviously makes you feel a lot of emotions, makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, makes you feel alive, that you feel attracted to that person, and that person feels attracted to you. Feel that you could be entering the phase of infatuation, but it could be that there is an existing relationship in your life, and that relationship has a freshness, right? The energy of the relationship is renewed, bond is renewed, and you recover the illusion. It feels like you are getting to know each other for the first time and you have those same emotions that intensify again, and you can obviously rebuild or rekindle the existing connection. Be that as it may, it is a card that unites you with love, with self-love as well, and with romantic love for sure. Something may also arise through excellent news that fills you with happiness, because that news brings with it something that makes you feel the sentiment of love, of grace, of hope, of well-being, of harmony, and also of peace. It could be a communication that brings you much peace, much balance. But next to the Ace of Cups, there is a Queen of Cups. So here it is telling you that what I feel is the following. Some of you are going through a situation where the relationship is going through a transition. It is changing levels. It is raising its level of commitment, its level of responsibility, its level of taking charge of the feeling, of being consistent with what is felt, with what Leo feels, with what the other person feels, and uniting. Yes, just like that, you find yourself in a deeply emotional moment, you know? So I truly believe that you need to lean into your feelings, trust your inner guidance, and rely on your intuition completely. It is also important that you make sense of your own needs throughout this journey. Please do not lose sight of what you require, as honoring your own personal truths is just as essential as the connection you are building during this very special transition. Don't let outside needs ruin this excellent moment for you. No. Whoever is vibrating as a Queen of Cups is available to give love and is available to receive it. You are sure of your feelings, aren't you? So it could be you or the person you are interested in. These are two water energies, which could represent people from Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or we could be facing what is a union or a commitment that is becoming very real, very feasible, and very likely these days. And you knew all this, you sensed it, and you also brought it in some way, you asked for it. That is why I told you you have the energy of the law of attraction quite strong. So if you want that, if you talk about that, if you feel it that way, if you think about it that way, that is how you are going to attract it with this quality of relationship, with this commitment, with this form, right? And this type of news that makes your soul vibrate in a vibration that's so high. You have a Nine of Pentacles. You know that the Nine of Pentacles card feels. Wealth is felt, luxury is felt. There is gratification. It feels like a good moment for you to live this moment, right, of grace in love, but of material grace as well. Because if you reach a Nine of Pentacles and here there is a Ten of Pentacles, you are steps away from giving yourself that gift, that self-gift, because your success has procured you economic security and the reward. And you have that permission for free time, that permission for personal enjoyment, that permission that you have deserved so much for a long time to nourish yourself, to be with yourself, to feed your inner garden. And that inner garden is obviously going to be reflected in what surrounds you. And what surrounds you is more fortune, is more money, because there is solidity. There is a 10 of Pentacles. You may be feeling right now, Leo, that you have ideas, brilliant, illuminating ideas that will soon turn into projects, tangible projects. This is because resources are coming your way, and along with them, new methods or structural forms that offer you the real possibility to bring those ideas to life. You are being given the means to execute your vision, turning those sparks of inspiration into a concrete and lasting reality that you can finally hold in your hands. And it is a valuable idea that you must take into account, carry into practice, because it will surely lead you to increased earnings, obviously. Now, it might also be the opportunity for you to open up, to show more of yourself, to let people get to know you better, and to express yourself more effectively through social media or, well, in your close personal contacts. It is time to let your true self shine through in all your interactions and connections. That will depend obviously on the work that you do, but it is telling you that you are in a moment like of exhibition, like on screen, right? So, well, use all this energy because obviously it will bring clients. It will make it possible for your business to function better. Or if you don't have a business, you don't have to expose yourself. It is your moment of brilliance and personal expansion as well. That is why you have these two energies so beautiful of love, self-love, and self-love. That is as good as you are handling it, how you are working on this, how you are holding it, makes it possible for that love to be shared with someone who is truly worthwhile. Someone who shares your same values and projects, that same energy as you do on the level of love. You are manifesting a beautiful, balanced connection. However, here there is a 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of structure and solvency, of financial stability, of security for the family, of security for Leo. If you are alone, Leo, or you no longer have a family to care for. By the way, the tranquility also for retirement. No, you know what? You are going to count on a certain solvency that will give you a lot of security and tranquility, especially if you at some point thought that you were going to have to spend certain money that you did not think you would spend now, because you are doing things too well in the matter of money and you have a way to do it. No, do not think about that. On the contrary, it is a moment of enjoyment. It is not of loss. It is of gain. So the joy also comes from knowing that you count on the economic security that you need, which is material as well, to give that family security to your family, which will obviously be covered. In one way or another, you have to be able to show some pride in this major achievement. You have the star card right here in front of you, and the star card truly brings a profound sense of meaning to your deepest desires. It is all coming together to show you that everything you have been working toward is finally aligning, and you should rightfully embrace the happiness that comes with recognizing your own personal success. You are about to take a great leap forward in your life, and it has to do with what you asked for. Achieving that for you is taking a great leap. So, well, optimism replaces worry. And hope steps in to replace fear. It also represents what could be, in that very sense, the current joy that I see manifesting right now. It is the true joy that settles deep into your soul with the arrival of that first card, which is the Ace of Cups. This card brings a beautiful emotional renewal, signaling that you are finally ready to embrace the happiness you have been longing for, allowing yourself to fully receive all the love and fulfillment you deserve today. Let's see what else the cards tell us, Leo, regarding what may come. I don't know if I told you that these are generalized readings. If you want to have a personal consultation with me, you can do so. You have to schedule that consultation through the website. The address of the page you always see here in the video, and you have a pinned comment on your sign so that you can access it directly. Look, they are moments of decisions and evaluation. You see that your life changes radically in structure, in planning, in progress, in leadership, in a more comfortable position at work or in life, or with the family, or with the person of interest. Someone backs you, someone supports you, someone also guides you, someone will procure your well-being, someone is taking care that you lack nothing. Many of you are, well, very attentive. I am not sure if it is to the teachings of your ancestors, or yes, like you are also honoring what you have learned or what you have lived through, or perhaps honoring what was passed down to you throughout your own life. Because you have a 10 of Pentacles that makes sense of the ancestors and the forebears, what has been built at the traditional level, at the family level, and an emperor who represents the archetype of the father. Here it does not matter what type of relationship you have had with your father. I am talking about values, the values that you are showing at this moment, the values that are building the stability and are making it possible for you to take charge of a certain situation with leadership, to manage your money, to administer your assets, your legacy from righteousness, decorum, and gratitude. Because of having that 9 of Pentacles, your ancestors, people who are not with us at this moment but are guiding you, would be proud, very proud of you. And why do I tell you that? Well, there is the star. Many of you are achieving something very important and are thinking of someone who no longer accompanies us on this plane as if it were for that person, right? Well, that person knows it, and that person is also proud of you. You are evaluating things, Leo, You are evaluating what to do, what not to do, what decision to make. Some of the decisions may feel risky, but very significant, very important, and very relevant. That is why you have to act. I have to tell you, I have to convey that your stability is not at stake in the decision that you're going to make. Because there is a Two of Wands, there is a Ten of Pentacles. If you're conscious and you continue planning as you are planning until now, and evaluating as you are evaluating at this moment, surely what comes for you in the near future will be more beneficial because there is an Emperor and more support. You may be evaluating moving or taking a trip. You may be evaluating expanding, as I told you previously, from a commercial or work perspective. You are also looking at stepping out of a comfort zone, and you are obviously risking it by following another type of direction or doing something very different from what you were doing. Now you have a Seven of Swords. You must be careful of people who are trying in one way or another to climb on the back of your fame, your shine, and your glory. That is because the Seven of Swords is a card that is telling us you may find yourself in a situation, right in the middle of a situation, that is likely to arise, where you easily realize and perceive that there are people who do not have the same interests as you, right? People who do not act with the necessary transparency or who do not conduct themselves in a way that is considered honest or in the way they really should be conducting themselves in these situations. So you can be alert, you can get out of it. Obviously, you can change direction. You can let that person do whatever they want because you do not want to end up affected, nor do you want to be involved in that. It is also you who has the possibility to change the direction and the strategy and be a little more attentive and not miss any kind of detail. Because in that evaluation, something new will appear because you have a Two of Pentacles. So you will be deciding whether to keep, well, what you have. Obviously, you have to choose what you are going to hold on to and what you are not, what is no longer useful to you, and what continues to serve a purpose in your life. Furthermore, there are entirely new forms and different ways you will have to incorporate into your life. Alongside new resources, more hard work, a much higher level of activity, and a greater number of complex situations that will all require your full attention and care. You truly have your hands full with so many new things. And how will you manage to maintain the balance in that structure of the Ten of Pentacles and that this continues to work perfectly and that you can adapt to these changes? And you incorporate this person. You incorporate this task. You incorporate that new thing into the routine, of the day-to-day. The positive changes that all this brings are inevitable. The decision-making is inevitable. It is also inevitable the limits that you're going to set, and also how you are using the energy, what is valuable to you now. Will self-care be valuable? Will the issue of financial structure be valuable? Will love, the partner, be valuable? Or maybe it's not that important anymore. It's no longer worth working such long hours because I have my financial stability. It's not worth continuing to worry emotionally because I've already consolidated my relationship and my life structure. It's also about how I distribute my social life or how I balance my time for fun, for example. Because you are in a moment where you yourself are going to look for and seek to continue producing, and because that is giving you money. One must also know how to be attentive to the demands and the needs of all the areas of our life. Yes, you're going to be making decisions that have to do with work, Leo, and one of the decisions will be the most accurate, and it is the one that connects you with a power, connects you with a direction, connects you with a leadership, and connects you with a great change. Yes or yes. Let's see what the Oracle of Metamorphosis tells us. There is no limit to what you can achieve if you do not cling to your fears. Impressive. Absolutely no one can stop you, Leo. Let's trust to decree so that this happens.